Guys, Marsegan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so I thought it was about time I did a proper video showcase for this AGL DABURA with his EZA, because as you guys probably will have seen, I put out a tier list earlier today for all the Dragon Ball Heroes units. We made that live on the Heroes versus the World mega stream that I did yesterday. Shout out to anyone who was there, but as I was making the tier list, I did say when I put this guy, I think I put him fairly low, that I hadn't really had a proper chance to use him, and was just going by some of the screenshots that I'd seen and stuff like that. And there were a few people in the chat that were trying to defend this guy as requiring a much higher placement than I gave him in the tier list. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to just go ahead and actually do a showcase video for him, check him out properly, and see if maybe I was a little bit too harsh on him. I guess we will see. So EZA AGL Demon God DABURA. So his super attack is to greatly raise defense for 1 turn, does immense damage and a high chance to stun. He has key +3, attack and defense 150. He gets an additional attack and defense 150% and attacked enemies attack and defense -30% for 2 turns, and launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super when facing only 1 enemy. So he gets a pretty decent extra chunk of attack and defense, debuffs the enemy, and launches an attack that has a high chance to become a super. Obviously, that would mean another greatly raising on his defense. Or he gets an additional attack 150. Oh, sorry, no, this is the extra part. This is for either amount of enemies. Additional attack 150 when the enemy is in attack or defense down. So in stages where they can be debuffed, that's quite useful. Then he gets 50% attack, reduces damage received by 10% per existing enemy. Count starts from the 3rd enemy. So not useful in pretty much any event currently, except for some Super Battle Road stages. And then he gets 100% attack and 200% defense with a 50% chance to dodge when facing 2 or more enemies. So basically against 2 enemies, he gets a little bit of extra defense compared to 1. Doesn't debuff, doesn't get the chance to additional super, but he gets the 50% chance to dodge. And then obviously if there are 3 enemies, he gets a little bit of extra damage reduction. And obviously if there's more, he gets more. But that's not very relevant, unfortunately, in a lot of events. So we're going to go ahead and see how well he can do here. Obviously, he is level 10 links. I gave him mostly dodge. His build was obviously done way before he got his EZA. Because honestly, even when he first came out, he wasn't really one of the top tier units, right? So I haven't really used him a huge amount even before his EZA. I think, to be fair, I did use him in the Super Battle Road stages where we used full heroes teams where he could be run, like time travelers and stuff, because that dodge and then stun chance obviously very useful for Super Battle Road. But when it comes to the more difficult events, maybe not so much, so we will see. Now, this rotation is pretty good. He does share a couple of links with Rose, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, and Brutal Beatdown. And then he also shares Loyalty and Shattering the Limit with the Dark Mask King. And Loyalty is a link that at level 10 gives 5% damage reduction, so it's quite good. We've got no support on the rotation, obviously. He has 254k defense. Now, bearing in mind from his passive, none of this, he doesn't get any of this when launching a super attack, right? So his defense is just, it is what it is, right? And he's going to greatly raise defense on super, which is 50%. So that's going to put him up to, what, 375? And then if he does do an additional super, that'll put him up to 500. But, I mean, that's not exactly a crazy high amount, especially considering we have type disadvantage here as well. Now, Gamma 2 in Phase 1 can be stunned. Fortunately, he is super attacking Dark Mask King as well, so there's no chance here we're going to get supered on DABURA. But obviously the reason why I'm doing the Gammas stage is the fact that we will get up against 2 enemies in the final phase, so we can see him with the dodge. So he did get the stun, and then he got the additional super. So 4.5 million, not particularly great. And then obviously he goes up to about 500k defense. Against 1 enemy, he doesn't have dodge chance or anything like that. So 500k defense, 5% damage reduction. I mean, he would tank normals from this Gamma reasonably well, I would imagine. But obviously it's not the craziest rotation. So let's go ahead and we'll do this. Grab these and then grab these. Whilst he does share those links with the Dark Mask King, Janemba, I think, is actually one of his better link partners. So I'm going to float him off here and get those two together. And then we'll see how we go. Does share a few links already, as I showed with the Rosé, which can be quite useful. But, I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you were going to run him on this team, in general, like, for the showcase purposes, we're obviously going to keep him on rotation and stuff. But, I mean, from the numbers that we saw on that first turn, I don't feel like he is particularly good enough to be main rotation worthy. But we'll see how we get on here. Obviously, we just have the same rotation again, so we should have the exact same stats here. And we'll see how we go. Ideally, I would kind of like him to not stun and then take at least one normal here so we can see how much damage he takes. But let's see what we get here. So damage from Dark Mask King, 4.5 again. Is he going to stun again? Oh, he got the stun again and the crit, which is good. And then we get the hidden potential additional as well. I mean, it's not bad. Like, he could triple super as well, technically, right? On a turn like this against one enemy, which would put him up to 6.2-ish in terms of defense. But that's all it is, right? A raw defense stat. So any of the bigger bosses, he just gets killed by a super. And it's kind of unfortunate that he gets the dodge chance against the multiple enemies, right? So in any of these really tough events, against one boss, he's just not getting those extra buffs, which is unfortunate. So get the super here with Rosé, get another stack to finish off Gamma 2, and then move into the next one. So he didn't ever have to take a hit from Gamma 2, which is kind of funny, because we stunned him every single time. But obviously we're not going to have that same luxury here. So with Janemba, they share Shocking Speed, Brutal Beatdown, Nightmare, and Shattering the Limit. So if we put him next to Dark Mask King as well, he has every single link except Master of Magic. So he's at 266 in terms of defense here. So we'll do this, and then this. And then let's see what we get here. So of course we get supered straight away. Why not? Alright, Dark Mask King at the end will come in clutch with the heal. So we'll see. I mean, I think even after only one super, I think he would tank for double digits against Gamma 1 here, but let's see. Because he goes up to what, like 380, something like that, after one super. There's the crit. Potential normal. Potential normal, unfortunate. Yeah, so he takes double digits, that's fine. And then we'll see. Now, against the multiple enemies, not only does he get the dodge chance, but he gets more defense, which I do think is, you know, obviously that is significantly more useful. So we'll see how that goes. We are going to get... Wait, have we got double Rosé rotation? I think we do, right? Because we floated one off before and then not the other one. Yeah, we do. Back-to-back full power Rosé transformations. You love to see it. And we've got Fu here as well. Yeah, if we do this, drop these down, get some STR orbs for Fu, grab those for you. Should be GG for Gamma 1 here, especially since no attacks in slot 1, so it allows Rosé to just go off here before having any chance of getting attacked. Very unlucky with the additionals. I feel like in some of the last couple of runs that I've recorded, I've gotten quite unlucky with the RNG on additionals for a few of these characters, but, you know, RNG is what it is. Oh, of course, yeah, Gamma 1 can be stunned, sealed. I like the fact that you can stun in the first phase, seal in the second phase. I really like this Gamma stage. I've mentioned it a few times before, but I feel like it's a good testing ground for teams. I know it's not like the kind of stage everybody wants to see for like big showcase videos, but when you're testing out new teams or testing out units for the first time, I do think it can be a good stage. Also, we get Master of Magic from Toa now as well, instead of the Loyalty from the Dark Mask King, which is attack 15%, enemies defense -10, but obviously we can't debuff them here. I believe they can't be attack or defense lowered, right? Yep, so can't get that extra buff, but we obviously now have the extra defense, and then the 50% chance to dodge. So with the support from Toa, he's at 326 at the start of the turn. So he'll be going up to, what, 450, 470-ish after supering once. Doesn't have the built-in additional chance now. But obviously could still additional from the hidden potential, but he does have the 50% chance to dodge. So we'll go ahead and do this. Just grab these and then grab these. So let's see how well he's going to do here. Honestly, I'm not seeing anything from this that would explain why people were so... I don't know if it's some people were just memeing, but like people were really high on him in the in that tier list video in the chat, that he should be in a much higher spot than where I put him. But I mean, I haven't seen anything in this run in particular that would encourage me to put him in a higher spot. He hasn't really done anything outside of what I would consider kind of average for this team. So 5 million attack, so a little bit higher attack because of the support from Toa. And then 190k, and then he did dodge 1 attack. So I don't know. But do people were people memeing on me when I made the tier list? Because yeah, that didn't seem very good. And then of course Toa didn't get the dodge, so he ended up dying. Yeah, I don't know. Did I miss something? That was with a ton of links active. That was a turn where he had support. I feel like maybe I did get... I feel like I got bamboozled. Because I really thought from some of the chat and while we were making that tier list that I had... I'd made a terrible mistake in putting DABURA as low as I did. Let me bring up the tier list here. I mean, obviously, you guys check out the video if you haven't seen it, but I'm just bringing up the image on my side monitor. You won't obviously be able to see it, but I'm pretty sure I put him in fairly low, right? Like he was in C tier, maybe, which was the lowest one. Yeah, I put him in C tier, but near the top, and people were saying that he should be higher than that, but I don't know, really? Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. What am I missing with this guy, or was it just a meme? What do you guys think? Definitely one of the heroes units that I will not be using on a regular basis, but let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.